Hello. Hello. Happy Thursday. Happy hot and steamy, sexy hot. Who's the sexiest? Yes, that's what's happening here. Oh, goody. Let's take a look what we got here. Okay. Are we online yet? Uh, According to mine, we should be online. So why isn't it showing over here? Huh. How bizarre. How bizarre. There it is. For whatever reason, I was behind the times. Okay, let's see here. Nice Jewish boy, Dr. Michael, talking about dental work. Okay, that's a nice commercial. Hello, Julie from Wisconsin. Thank you so much for your membership. You are truly loved and appreciated. Those of you who have chosen to be members of this crazy, wacky channel. Keep me off the streets, keep me clean. As long as I entertain you, I got to be entertaining. That's what I got to do. I got to be entertaining. Hi, Joel Tilson. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Judge Cannon, I don't know what's going on with Judge Cannon. I know that Georgia case has been shut down by the appeals until next year. But I don't think any of that matters because I don't think that Trump is going to survive. He's already in too much trouble out of DC, and it's not going to, it doesn't matter. His mental health is too deteriorated. Though they say he has a 59% chance of winning the presidency if it happened right now with who votes because of R.F. Kennedy Jr., who's getting 9% of the vote of the Hades in Florida, what's your temperatures like? Hi, Debbie. Hi, Desiree Robato. Thank you for being members and thank you for your help. Hi, Julie, again. You're aligned with the channel's community. Oh, great. Hopefully, we'll get some more people coming in. New advanced NATO weapons are wreaking havoc on inside Russia. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if Russia's going to be able to survive much longer. I know they have naval exercises that are going to be happening in Cuba, near Cuba. Maybe that's supposed to be, but they're trying to pressure America into stopping this trade war that's happening between the East and West. So you have China doing these bullying maneuvers near Taiwan, and you have Russia now coming in for Cuba. But this is the scary energy that we've talked about when everything is the perfect soup for fascism, where the economy is trashed. You have an aging chancellor. The Nazis are gaining power. They burned the Reichstag. Are we looking at a repeat of what happened in Germany when Hitler was able to finagle his way into power in Germany? Are we looking at something similar to that? I don't know. We can go ahead and find out. Looks like we've got over 100 people here, so I think we're ready to do the Empath prayer, and then we will blitz away. Be sure and share, like, and subscribe. Think about being a member if you really want to support the channel. We get together once a week and do private personal readings for people. And at the Elders Empath level, we teach tarot card reading, and we also teach remote viewing to people. So it's very affordable. I also wanted to give it a shout out to Audrey Steidel. Audrey Steidel is the author of our book of the month. We've chosen The Fallen Written. I've just gotten into it myself. As you can see, copious notes are being written. But it's a very interesting book. I'm totally into hauntings. And this idea of like old Britain, etc. So a great read based on a true story. Author again is Audrey Steidel, and she'll be meeting with us probably in the sometime in mid-July, because we will not be able to meet at the end of June as I will be out of the country. But that is the book. So if you haven't got it yet, you have until mid-July to read it, and then we will start another book after that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do the Empath's prayer. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively we say, Amen. We can go ahead and blitz away. Hi, Terry. Thank you so much for being a member. So, word tarot is something that people have asked me about, creating your own deck if you're trying to communicate with spirit, and that would be word tarot. And that's where you have 72 words that are based on person, place, thing, action, pronoun. And you can pull 5 cards and get a story. So you can do your own. So one word might be red, one might be ball, one might be he. So you would have your gender cards. Say you pick male, female, other, man, woman, child. Your gender. Excuse me. So I've got a reaction to this. And then you would do maybe a colors, and then you can do actions, jump, run, and then you can do emotions, anger, rage. In terms of nouns, I mean, like I go with basic nouns if I'm doing my word tarot, but I am starting my own word tarot, so you can get 72 blank cards, and we may do our word tarot together. I'm going to keep mine really basic, but the idea is that you should be able to form a sentence with 72 cards. So it might say, "Man, run, red ball." If that's the words you get, and then you play with those 5, man, a ball, you can get information from spirit with the words. So that is a word tarot. And the other thing that people do is they just get index cards, which I think is the easiest way to do it. And I think that might be how I do it. And then you could also cut your index cards in half. So if you get a 3x5 and then you fold it, cut them in half, then you're going to get a lot of them, or you can just have them be the full size. And it's just the word. If you want to draw a picture, you can draw a picture too. So it would just be the word red, the word balloon, the word. Some people are more verbal, and so they will develop. I need to get some water because I've got my cat's hair in my throat. Keep talking amongst yourselves. Word tarot is the topic. Your 72 cards. And how can you create your own word tarot deck? I'm going to get some water and I'll talk more about it because I've been asked about this and I want to tell people how to do it. Thank you guys for letting me do that. Thank you. They get on here, and yeah, she rubs against it. I'm very allergic. I love her to death. But when she passes, I don't think I'm going to get. If I get another cat, it's got to be a hypoallergenic. I can't do this again. All right. So the conversation we're having right now is how to create your own tarot deck for those of you who are really auditory and you know, also you're good with language, etc. So you can do 72 blank cards. You can go ahead, and I just got these. I just got regular indexes. This one was cool because this is the home righted one, and it came with 240, so that's enough to do 72 words. And what you would do after you take out your 72, and you've picked your 72 words, you would just shuffle it like regular, and then pick 4 or 5 cards depending in order to get a sentence. So in order to make a sentence, you need yeah, I brush her and everything, but you just saw me pick hairs off this, and this is what I'm reacting. So it's, you know, it is what it is. All right, so you got your 72 cards, right? We can do this during Mystical Tarot if you like. Other people will actually buy blank cards so if they want it to be nicer. I don't think it's necessary, personally. I mean, unless you're really into this. I'm into it, but I'm not that into it. I always try to save money. I mean, like, I got these at Rite Aid. You can get these at 99-cent stores. I mean, the power is in your connection to spirit, not spending a lot of money. If you're an artist and you want to decorate them yourself, I think that that's a great idea. If you want to start out with just 20 words, that's fine. So the first one we recommend is, you know, you have your pronouns, right? So that's going to be me, you, them, they, he, she, man, woman, child, senior, you know, figure out how many pronouns you want to have. And then you want to have actions that they do. So it might be jump, run, yell, scream, shout, and you can always add. You don't have to stick to 78, excuse me. Why do I always say 72? 78 cards. Thank you. Right. You're right. It's 78. Oh, because 52 cards. I always think 72. You're right. 52 plus the major. So you have 78. So I've seen people that get like 500 cards after a while, and that's fine because they just collect more and more words. So there's no magic number, but like I would start definitely with my pronouns. And then after your pronouns, like I said, you can do like your actions and your nouns. So common nouns people use is like house, jail, you know, everything that you would see on a Monopoly board, you know, work. And then in terms of emotions, sad, angry, you know, love. So what you basically get at the end of this is that you have a bunch of pronouns, nouns, verbs, adverbs, etc. And theoretically, once you shuffle them, spirit will be able to create a sentence and also theoretically, people who have passed will be able to form sentences to talk to you. So that is the word tarot. I think it depends if you're talking about like, is it spooky, or I don't think it's any spookier than, I don't think it's any spookier than any other type of scrying. I think it kind of, you know, how big of a vocabulary do you want? If your vocabulary is going to be really small, then spirit's ability to communicate with you is going to be difficult. But definitely you want to have like the main cardinal emotions like love, hate. I would just stick to like, they say the average person uses 500 words throughout the day. And so from those 500 words, I would narrow it down to it's work, car, food, love, like I would stick to the raw basics. Obviously I meant to do it but these wound up over in my office, and it's one of those projects that I wanted to do with other people, like what words are you picking? And but if you guys want to do it together at Mystic Tarot, that might be a fun project for us. I do have colored pencils, etc. So first I want to do the words. I can decorate because I want to get to work as fast as possible. I want to find out how well this is going to work. Like I'm more interested in the words than whether or not it's going to be pretty pictures. Other people want to spend 20 years making their tarot decks nice. That's fine. I just want to get the message. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I mean, you could do a lot of things. You could do like a calligraphy house, beautiful calligraphy. If you are also an artist and you're putting together words like this for the tarot and dividing them up into pronoun, noun, and you're selling it, if you decide to develop one, then yeah, I would make it nice. But that's basically the concept of word tarot. I think for me, it might work even better than the pictures. The pictures are developed for not everybody could read. Not everybody could read the Torah. Not everybody could read the Bible. Not everybody, and not everyone spoke the same language. So if you were trying to teach someone the Bhagavad Gita or Patanjali and you didn't speak their language, it would be very difficult for you to tell the story. So people used to bring pictures and tell their stories with pictures. And so I think it was just a way for people who maybe knew the stories and knew the archetypes, who didn't necessarily speak the same language or even necessarily could read or write, but they knew the stories. And so they brought the pictures with them, and then they could tell the stories with the pictures. Think about it. At the time of Muhammad, everybody was illiterate. Muhammad himself was illiterate. He couldn't read or write. He had to have he hired a teacher to write the Quran for him because he himself could not read or write. So it was very calm. It was rare to be able to read and write. You'd hire a scribe because that's how rare it was to be able to read and write. So for the rest of people, stories were told with little tiny drawings and picture books, little pieces of parchment paper and whatnot. And that's probably the origins of Torah Tarot. Mm-hmm. Lexicon, yeah, I guess you could say it's kind of a psychic lexicon. Yeah, and Terra and Torah, the four directions, and or is the word light, so to bear light. So there's a lot of overlap. Very good points from our resident Kabbalist. All right, so many people are upset about what's going on with Donald Trump. You guys want to talk about it? We can definitely talk about it. It looks like he is not going to be, he's not going to have to deal with Georgia for some time. Are people surprised at the amount of power he has to stop himself from facing justice? Pretty disgusting, huh? He's as slippery as an eel. Let's take a look at Trump and his health. Trump and his health. Hi, Debbie M. Thank you for your membership. More lives than a cat. All right, Trump. He's got the star over him. He's a star. He's a star. His opposition has the money. So it looks like Biden may actually earn more money, even though he has a surge in his money right now. The hopes and fears. Biden, maybe. I don't know. Knight of Swords. Isn't that his card, though? Final outcome, the Fool. Fool takes a leap of faith. God, this guy is so... I've never seen karma like the karma of Donald Trump. Has anybody else seen karma like the karma of Donald Trump? He's not going to get the job. Oh, he is victorious within 6 months. His opposition wins the presidency. His concern is for his health. He has a new beginning. I don't know, maybe he can start a new career or something out of jail or something, or he can get probation and out of his jail cell. He has a star and he has success in his life, but he doesn't have the presidency. You can see the job or employment card. The presidency falls on his opposition, and so does the armistice celebration. His opposition would be Joe Biden. He is concerned about his health. That is his card, air sign male. I would be worried about his mental health with the Fool card coming in and a new beginning. What people say publicly and what's going on privately are often two separate things. I'm surprised to hear that he could just walk away from his parole officer. Evidently, he did not meet with his parole officer or refused to meet with his parole officer. See, that is grounds in and of itself of violating certain things. So if he got a probation, he can't just do whatever he wants as a convicted felon. So I'm just curious if his mental health is deteriorating as rapidly as everybody thinks. He's extremely angry, I can tell you that. I feel it. I mean, he's extremely angry at the way he's been treated. His wife is leaving him. I don't see Melania in the picture. You can see the Five of Pentacles. His opposition is fighting. Hopes and fears, a new beginning. He has some good news coming to him. It might be that he's able to... His mental health is deteriorating. The United States is headed towards stability, and the finances are much better for the United States. I can tell you that. We have smoother waters laying ahead. His cognition is not good. I'm worried about addiction and having drugs taken away or monitored potentially by people in the future. He's going to make a deal. He's secretly making a deal with the feds that is going to allow him to have a little bit more wiggle room. That he's going to make a deal because this is the feds. That's my FBI card. That's my cops. It's like the prosecutors, the hidden money guys, it could have been a lot worse for him. But they're not. He is victorious, but he is not the president. So it's two separate things, because the cards are victorious. What do you mean? He's going to be in the presidency? No, the job falls with Biden. So what is he victorious about? And I think it's some kind of a deal or attempt to avoid things being worse than they could be. Yeah. He was taken out economically more than anything else, and it was the economic things. I mean, yes, he did raise a lot of money temporarily for these super PACs, and that's great, but it's all going to be gone because the man owes so much in legal bills. I mean, he was taken out legally, 8 of Swords. Also, his mental health is terrible. Um, I just think he's dismantled. I think that I wonder if either of them. Sorry, I got some more of that stuff in my throat. Mila. Oh my God, I love her. Oh my God. Got some more Mila in my throat. Yeah, so I just see a sad guy who's kind of washed up. Is anybody worried? Because I'm not, but other people might be. See, I see cooperation taking the weapons of war away. This is why I'm saying secretly, this guy wouldn't look. If he's under probation and has his drugs taken away, he will not be able to run. He will not be able to debate. You see my point? If you're a drug addict and you've been a functioning drug addict for 40, 50 years on amphetamines and sleeping pills so that you can hold this myth and uh, you're having those drugs taken away, it's going to be hard to maintain that energy level going forward. I think it's going to be very difficult. They're also antidepressants to some extent because they can raise catecholamines in depressants. That's why depressed people often drink a lot of coffee. Um, so we could see, if that happens, we could see a far more depressed Trump in the future. Yeah. Linda Kingsley. Hi, Linda. Thanks for being here. She says, I'm more concerned after the conventions, which will show up after Labor Day. Trouble. Putin and she may cause a lot of trouble to hurt Biden. I'm actually more surprised and confused by Robert Kennedy Jr. I don't really understand what he's doing. I find that being the wrench that could really cost it could give it to Trump if Robert Kennedy Jr. Continues to pull votes. Mm-hmm. Trump turning on his supporters. I think he's turning on the GOP and he's feeling like a show horse. And he's angry that he is contracted with them to do so many performances. And they're also, because they have strict rules about how the money can be used. And this is infuriating Trump because he's at their mercy financially. So if they only give him 10% or 20%, then that's a source of anger. I feel increasing animosity that Trump feels towards the GOP because they rein him in and they control the money that he raises and take a certain percentage for down ballot races. And that's something that could potentially really piss Trump off. So in that sense, he could be turning on his own party. I don't see him winning. The victory lies with his Matt. He's always looking for ways to scam, but the victory wreath is with his opponent in the 8th house. His finances are very questionable, and so is his mental health. Final outcome is 7 of Cups. This is one of those people where social workers and psychiatrists, etc., may even justify some types of chronic prescription drug addiction because the alternative in somebody this old would be, I don't think that he would be able to function very well. The problem is that when you're in prison, you have to justify every freaking medication, and they know that these are amphetamines, and it's going to be real hard for him to get these drugs. It does look like, Seven of Cups, that sort of energy, Joel Tilson. It does look like he's going to have some real hard times in his future with his mental health. I don't see his mental health getting better. I see it getting a lot worse, a lot faster. Good point again by Linda Kingsley. Are Democrats getting complacent, thinking for sure we're not going to lose, and underestimating the power of Robert Kennedy to peel votes off of for Democrats? Do you think Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to be hurting us or hurting Trump? I don't know. It's something people think it will mostly hurt Trump, but who knows? All right, Eileen Cannon, wanting to know if she's going, how could she even legally get away with some of the stuff she's getting away with? Good question. Let's take a look. Eileen Cannon's future. All right. Yeah, Eileen Cannon is just terrible. I'm sorry to say. She's not very ethical, it would appear. Okay, what's happening with Eileen Cannon? She's staying put. She wants everyone to know that she's staying put and that she's very safe where she is. Her opposition, the power is with the opposition in the next 30 days. The case is going to be taken out of her hands possibly in the next month or so. There's something that could happen where she loses this case, and I don't know if it's because eventually she lets the case go or what the story is. Because there's karma here, and then she dumps. She walks. This is exile. Also, the opposition within 30 days or a season, depending on how you reach it, it gets the world. So something happens that the case is taken away from Cannon. Court justice denied. Look at this. She's completely confused. Is it possible that due to incompetence, she can be pulled from this case? Because it almost looks like I just can't believe how much money has been made, how much money has been spent to get this psychopath off the streets. I mean, how long have I been here talking to you guys about this nut job? I'm so I mean, I made great friends. This was great. We all had meltdowns together, and that was cool. Leonard Leo back and round like a puppet master. I don't know. I haven't heard much from Roger Stone. And towards the end of it, Roger Stone was not speaking well of Trump and his abortionist daughter, right? So he had dirt on Trump and he had dirt on Ivanka, and he was mad at both of them. And you have to wonder, does Roger Stone have 9 lives? I mean, how many people was he blackmailing at those parties that he was able to evade prison this long? And same with Bannon, though Bannon is going to prison for 4 months, I guess. Did he report today for prison? Is that right? Yeah, so what's the takeaway there? But I don't think that we can freak out about Trump. I mean, I think it's not good for our mental health. What concerns me is more the global, what would happen to Russia and China and the trade war. We would be in a very bad shape. He would hand all the intelligence he already has, and it would probably be a disaster for the trade war. He has to report on July 1st, July, August, September, October. No, oh, good. So he will be out of the July, August, September, October. No, that's 4 months. 4 months before. So it's only 4 months before we have the elections? Wow. Or I mean, no, it would be like 5 or, oh, yeah, it's very scary. Yeah. July 1st prison. And then Trump's sentencing is what, July 8th? Is that correct? Or did I have that wrong? Thank you for being a member, Dana Hutcherson. Hi. Rose Blue, Johnson's appoints 2 Congress people to Intel Committee to pass information to 45. I don't know. I don't know entirely if Johnson is a fan of 45. I mean, he's one of these people who, for example, he thinks we should fund supporting Ukraine and Israel, and he understands that it's a trade war with Russia and the East. So he's not completely out of touch with reality. So that can't be good for Trump, because as soon as Trump slithers in there, he's going to try and make deals with the East. Oh, it's going to be good for us. We're going to have peace. We're going to have peace. Yeah. I'm going to pay off all my the money I owe. Such a wingnut. Okay, let's take a look. Johnson is feeling pretty frisky. Johnson is feeling very empowered. Also, he's entering judgment. His opposition has judgment is solid, hopes and fears his own mastery, and the moment of truth is coming. Yes, Dr. Ronnie Johnson, the drug pusher. Yeah, got in trouble for having an open door policy with the pharmaceuticals. So all of Trump's friends, hey, the doctor will take care of you. Hey, this guy needs it. This guy needs some Ambien. This guy needs some oxycodone. This guy needs some. Yeah, I'm going to make you the head of the FDA. Yeah, give them all drugs, right? So, not good. Johnson is feeling good, but he's got confusion. I think that the Democrats are going to take it. You can see here judgment and then victorious with the Dems. Hopes and fears fool. Final outcome is he's going to abandon the Trumpsters. You can see Trump tore their party apart. You know, this is something that's now coming out about Netanyahu, that Netanyahu wants to keep the war going, because if the war ends and Biden can get a ceasefire and create a rebuild, then the credit will go to Biden, and then Trump will not get elected. And Netanyahu will lose his reelection. It'll go to Benny Gantz, the unity candidate. So a lot of people think that by delaying, which is killing people, delaying the ceasefire and the longer he can drag it out, the longer it can make Biden look bad. And wait until Trump gets in there. But of course, Trump would be disastrous for Israel. Trump has always been disastrous for Israel because he pulled U.S. troops out of Syria and the Middle East, which made the U.S. vulnerable. Yeah. Yeah, it's vaping, allergies. It's a really weird thing that's in the air that makes you choke and cough. And I noticed that other people are starting to get it also. I don't know if it's pollen or what it is. But whatever it is, it's not fun. So is anybody planning a vacation? What you doing? I'm going to Japan. I'll be in Japan in a couple weeks. Yes, I will. Yes, I will, boobalas. You can still get me on Wizio, though. I'll still be available on Wizio. Who here plans on doing a word tarot? Or who here has ever thought of doing a word tarot? I'm just curious. I think it would be really good for me. You know why? I'll tell you why I think a word tarot is a good idea. Because there are multiple interpretations of the cards, and sometimes it can be really disorienting. But if you have plain English, wouldn't that make it easier? The man is gone. The man hate woman. Like if you start getting sentences, then it seems to me, oh, I'm asking about my boss. The man hates the woman. Like if you start getting actual sentences coming out, it seems to me like that would be even more accurate than just picture cards, but I don't know. Just words. Some people use sentences like you are love, you are joy, but I want like to see if I can't construct sentences from spirit and have actual sentences coming out giving us information about I think it's a great idea. I'm going to do it. I just have to I don't want to have 500 cards. I want to have I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many cards I have. Psych eval for Trump. Yes, they have to go. It's required to have a psych eval, I think, when you go in. Yeah, and particularly if he has to justify whatever medications he's on. The devil versus the moon. Yes. Interesting. Yep. So, Eileen Cannon, yes, we looked like she may be out of there within a month. That's good news. Johnson looks like he's solid for now, but he could be splitting more with MAGA in the coming days. Yeah, which is nice. I love Japan. This will be my second trip. I went to the South in the winter, and now Am I back? Do we make it back? Nope. Okay. Yeah, my stream is dead. I can't guarantee I'm losing my connection with Xfinity, and I don't know why. It's happened a few times. I've got it on my iPhone right now, but I can't guarantee. Doc Wims is now gone forever. I wonder what's going on with my. I'm using my phone to talk to you guys. Well, I don't know. I don't know such things. Why? Sometimes it lives, sometimes it dies. Maybe if I unplug it. Put it back. Okay. Never trust Xfinity? Yeah. I just plugged it back in to see. Sometimes it shows that I'm there, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm alone, sometimes right now it's not showing my Wi-Fi. So, here it goes. It's re-upping. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't show my Wi-Fi. I've decided that I got to give up control. All right, folks. Well, if that's all, Laura Trump, oh my God, I can't even. She's just the worst. I mean, oi gewaltig mir. Oh, Trump's July 11th? Oh, his sentencing is July 11th. Interesting. Okay, all right. July 11th, that's pretty good. We don't have too long to wait. And then I'll tell you why. Because if he gets 4 months, that could hinder his campaign. So if you're just talking strategically, if he goes July 11th and say they give him 4 months in the slammer, given his don't you folks think, given his bad behavior, he's asking to be in jail? I mean, I just think everything you could do to get arrested, he has done. And I think most of us would never act like that in a courtroom. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. And his attorney, strike that from the this kind of tough guy attitude in the courtroom. And yet they still didn't get arrested. So I think that if you look at it energetically, another way of thinking about it is, which would be better for Trump if he's running for president? Would it be going to prison and looking like a martyr, or getting probation and campaigning while he's on probation. I think that it would be far worse if he did jail time. Yeah. Definitely. Let's take a look. And then we're going to say goodbye because my internet had a breakdown. That happens. I'm going to re-up my internet. He's going to be controlled, I think, because you have taking the weapons of war and it ends, and his opposition moves on, and Three of Pentacles would indicate evidence. So it's very above board with the prosecutors. And then hopes and fears, Eight of Wands, which is things moving very quickly, and then evidence against with mastery, and then over the boundary issue, and then King of Cups. The final outcome is I still see Biden winning the presidency. It's scary, I agree, but I don't see Trump winning the presidency. All right. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for joining me. If you need to see me as a tarot card reader, the information is below. If you need to see me as a naturopathic doctor for general health coaching, etc., that information is also below. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you. Love and light. Much blessings. We'll see you next time, everyone. Be well. Bye. Peace out.